and drift away. And I don't care how high you are.
Hello you guys, welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we are going to be playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So this is one of my favorite games in the whole world. I've played all of the Mass Effect games from the first one to Andromeda like 50 million times. But I haven't played it in a while, so I thought, why not, stream it and have fun with it. So we're gonna do the first game today. Welcome in, everyone. As I'm gonna take a few minutes, chillax, grab some snacks, grab some water, grab something, and then we'll get started here in a minute or two. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to grab a water for myself. So last night I did Mass Effect Andromeda Part 1. I will be still doing the Mass Effect Andromeda videos, but I was waiting for this to actually download. So I thought we could play this first, play 1, 2, and 3 that leads up to Andromeda. That way you guys can understand the story and play along with me and, meet all the characters, just get a gist of the game. So we're going to start with these. Then once I'm done with these, we'll go back to Andromeda. But if you wanted to see the first part of Andromeda, it is up on my Twitch channel and also my YouTube channel. Of course, if you guys do enjoy, please hit the follow button and the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Alrighty, let's get into this. So we're gonna do Mass Effect 1, but while we're playing this, I'm just gonna hit install on this one. So it's installing in the background. That way, once we finish this, I'll have to do that later. There we go. Alrighty. Let's start it. Oh, this brings back so many memories. Okay, here we go, you guys. I'm super excited. Super, super, super excited. I think that was from the last time I played, but we're gonna start a new career.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
So there are presets where you can just load into a game with the already like John Shepard if you want to do a male or female. I like to enter a new ID and do a custom character. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll walk you guys through like all
Please
the
log
custom
in
options.
to access your profile.
I always keep the name because they never call you by your first name. They always say Shepard. So I always just keep the name.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
Alright, so we can do Spacer, which both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. Or we can do Colonist. You were born and raised on Mindor, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindor, slaughtering your family and friends. Oh my god. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted in the military a few years later. Or we can do Earthborn. You were an orphan raised on the streets of great metropolises covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. So, on this, I always go with Colonist because in the second or third game, there's a little side mission that if you pick Colonist, you'll be able to do. And it adds a little bit of context to this background, and it's more immersive. So I like to do Colonist. I know it's very traumatic, this backstory. So, but I like the little side mission it gives you. The other ones don't give you little side missions to add to the story. Colonist is the only one that does. So I like to
Confirm psychological profile.
do it. Okay. We can do Soul Survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in the extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you are alone and left to tell the tale. Sorry, I suck at reading, you guys. My bad. War Hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. I always like to go with War Hero. There is Ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you, but when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. So, Ruthless is when you want to play like a renegade. So there's two ways you can go. You can go Renegade, and then you can go like, I believe it's Paragon. Renegade and Paragon. Paragon is your good. You help everyone. You try and get the best ending possible where everyone's alive. You know, you're the good guy. Renegade is you're kind of an asshole. Pardon my French. So you tell everyone to fuck off, mind their own business. You don't help anyone. You're always like kill everything, kill everyone. I'm not that type of person, so I always go with the Paragon option. So I always like to go with War Hero because it gives you dialogue options in the Paragon section that you can use with this background. Ruthless and Soul Survivor also give you unique dialogue options, but I always like to go with the War Hero because it seems like I'm a badass. So.
Confirm military specialization.
Okay, I'm not going to read all of these out loud like I did with the other ones. I'm just going to slowly scroll through. I already know the one that I want to do. I'll show you guys that in a second. But if you want to pause and read through these, you can. So we can do Soldier, Engineer, Adept, Infiltrator, Sentinel, Vanguard. Oh, that's it. Okay. So I always go with, which one was it? Soldier's really nice, but I always go with Sentinels or Vanguard because it gives you biotic abilities and you can also use your biotics with your weapons. Sentinel's good, but it's biotic and tech abilities. I always like to go with the biotic and weapon abilities because they are so overpowered in this game. It's insane. Adept is also cool, but it's only biotic. And biotic powers in this franchise are top-notch key. So I always go with the Vanguard or Sentinel, but I'm going to go Vanguard with this playthrough. And each, like if you do Sentinel, Adept, each one gives you a bonus talent that you can upgrade and be more efficient at. I always go with, when I do Vanguard, I go with assault rifles because mainly the class weapon that you're going to be using throughout this game is going to be assault rifles or sniper rifles if you want to snipe. I always use assault rifles when I can. I try and use like shotguns because they are really powerful, but I always use mainly assault rifles. First aid, yes, but you'll have a lot of first aid in this game.
Confirm facial identification.
Alright, let's customize our character. Change appearance, cycle presets. So there are like presets you can use and do. Which was the one I always use? This one. I always use this one, and I kind of fix it up a little bit. Was it that one? It's that one, or it's that one? I'm gonna go with that one. I'll fix her up. So facial structure, you can change it. You can do skin tone. Actually, I can make the skin tone to where she's not too pale. Let's see, because I really like this one. So let's see. Yeah, I can't do that. Okay. Oh, and the complexion, you can add like pores and stuff. I always do like clear skin because I feel like in the future they would have something that makes your skin fucking flawless. So I always do that. You can do like head, neck thickness, face size. This is very in depth. So I really like it. Ear size, so you can change the sizes of their ears, ear orientation. Yeah, it's very in depth. I like it. I'm not gonna try and spend too much time on here, so I'm just gonna go through this and do my character. That's good. Alright, you guys, so this is going to be our Commander Shepard. I usually always go with this. So I like her to look very... She's a soldier. She knows how to get down and dirty, but she also likes to look good for the camera. So I always go with this. I feel like it looks very sleek. Very nice. And Commander Shepard has red hair. Even the game, like just a quick start version of Commander Shepard, has red hair, so I always like to keep it that color, but you can do whatever color you guys like. Yes, so let's get
Profile
into this.
reconstruction complete.
Let's start this game. I'm going to be quiet because there is an intro. I'm going to try and not talk as much as I usually do, so you guys can enjoy the game when they're talking and everything, but if there is something I want to share with you guys, I will talk.
Identification confirmed.
Well, what about Shepard? She grew up in the colonies.
She knows how tough life can be out there. Her parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
She proved herself during the Blitz, held off enemy forces on the ground until reinforcements arrived.
She's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
We can't question her courage.
Humanity needs a hero, and Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. The board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Alrighty, here we go. Joker. Joker's a really fun character. I love him. And then Kaidan. Kaidan's gonna be our baby daddy. Just wait. Oh, this game looks so good. So you can play the Xbox 360 version of this game. You don't have to get...
Mark Spilek, was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I like to play the Legendary version because it's very updated graphic-wise. The original Xbox 360 game is amazing. There are missions in there that aren't in the Legendary edition, I do believe. But I always like to play this version. It looks just so good. So good. They updated this for, you know, Xbox Series X and everything very well. Very well done. But yeah. Let's talk to people.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust Arturian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Right, it really doesn't add up. why are they sending like an elite, basically Spectre agent on just a simple mission if it isn't something like more? And I always like to talk to everyone and get all of the info I can, because sometimes in a mission you're gonna want that info and the game doesn't tell you directly that you need that info, so I always like to investigate, talk to everyone, do every dialogue option, everything. Especially if you want to romance characters, there's certain dialogue options you have to do in order to romance them. So there are websites where you can Google it and see like specific like dialogue options you need to do for certain missions. So, but I don't like to do that. I like to play the game like all natural and not Google as much stuff. So let's continue.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, ma'am. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating the shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, ma'am. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating the shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's great.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Only a fool goes looking for a fight, Corporal.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're a war hero, right? Held off an entire enemy fleet during the Blitz single-handed? That's the kind of talent the Spectres are looking for.
This is all just wild speculation. The Spectres aren't interested in recruiting humans, no matter how capable.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself in the Blitz. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not gonna screw this up.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander. Yes, Commander, is there something you need?
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
So, from what I believe, this isn't a mission that like they're telling us. Hold on, this
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir?
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon is not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
What's going on, Captain?
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
You held off an enemy assault during the Blitz single-handed. You showed not only courage, but also incredible skill. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species, and after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology. Even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
Alrighty. So I
This got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
I knew that this this mission would get complicated. But let's see. I want this. You have this. You have this. Alrighty. Oh, what are those things? Oh, I remember those things. If you get close to one, they explode. Alright, which way to go?
Oh God, what happened here?
Oh shit. Well, he's dead. Robot things. Dang it. Bye, Jenkins.
Ripped right through his shields. Never had a chance.
We'll see that he receives the proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
I've got some burned-out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Okay, so... Alrighty. I think it's this way. Nope, cutscene. Oh, this is where we meet Ashley. Oh, well, what the fuck? So those robots are Geth, and we'll learn about Geth here soon. They're
Thanks for your help,
nasty
Commander.
fuckers.
I didn't think I was gonna make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
I think they're Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
So one thing you ought to know about Ashley is she doesn't really like any other species other than humans. She only tolerates them. So I feel like here she's like fibbing to us a little bit that she hasn't seen them, because you'll learn more about it later.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Move out!
Oh, we already have squad points. So I always, first, what I do is I do charm, because in some missions, critical missions, you have to basically persuade characters not to kill themselves, not to kill you, and yeah, so I always go charm. I never go intimidate, because that goes with the renegade playthrough if you want to play an asshole. So I always go with that. Let's update. And then with my squad, I always go with their special ability, either combat armor or their fitness or assault training or soldier, because it makes them increases their health, and it also makes them better fighters per se. And with him, I'm going to do one in Sentinel and another in Decryption, because also sometimes you're going to have to decrypt computers and hack stuff that gives you sensitive information that pertains to the mission that you wouldn't have gotten if you didn't look around and hack that computer. Because the game doesn't tell you that you need it, but you really do need it. So always look around and see if you can hack like a computer or a screen or something. And I always save here when I can.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
What are they doing? Rip to this guy. I forgot why they do that. Put him on spikes, but I'm sure we'll find out here. And there's a bunch of them hiding over here. Excuse me, sorry guys.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
I don't think anyone got out of here alive. I think that's them right there on the spikes. Also, always loot any crates you see because it can give you really good weapons to start out with. Also, if you don't ever use them again, you can sell them. And stuff in this game, if you want really good loot and armor and weapons, they cost so much freaking money. So you're gonna want to have anything and everything possible to sell, trade, whatever it is you need to do.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Oh, yeah, and I remember now. That's what they do. They turn them into
Oh
these
God,
creatures
they're still alive.
called husks.
What did the Geth do to them?
Sorry, you guys. Alright, let's do this. From what I remember,
It's closed. Security locks engaged.
there's a bunch of loot in here you can grab. I know that. And there's one over here I missed. Upgrade kit. And then there are people hiding in here that you can talk to and find out what happened. And then this is what I mean. You're going to have to hack doors and stuff to find little things like people hiding and talk to them and everything.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here, before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
So is there another Turian here? Is my question.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network, remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please.
I think
this
he's
isn't
crazy.
the time.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
Okay, well, I guess we're just leaving them there then.
Saren.
There is another Turian. Oh, I remember him. He's an ass.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Nihilus! No!
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
My god. I forgot what those things are called. Yeah, that's the big bad.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You're breaking the law, Cole.
We're not hurting anybody. Hell, most of the time I don't even know what's in the packages. Just thought there might be something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
He might have something to do with this whole attack, Cole. We need his name. It's important.
Yeah, okay, you're right. His name's Powell. Works the docks at the spaceport if he's still alive.
And that's what I mean by, you saw like the blue little dialogue options I was picking. So the blue ones that you can do is the Paragon dialogue options, like if you're going for the Paragon route, and then like the one that I couldn't click on was the Renegade because I don't have any Renegade points. But every time you do something good or you do something bad, you get Renegade points or you get Paragon points. And those unlock dialogue options that can get you special things from characters.
I have to go.
Good luck.
We're just a small farming colony. Why did they attack us?
Oh, wow, I have a lot of points. There we go. Ashley. Alright. Let's see if I can unlock that storage crate now. I can. So also you see how like Kaidan had an electronics option and a decryption option, but I don't in mine, and neither does Ashley. Certain companions that you have follow you have certain things that you need to open computers, open storage lockers to get special items. So I always like to upgrade those before above anything else, because some missions have where they have like master lock stuff that gives you really good like legendary loot or information that is pivotal to the game. Is there anything else? Yeah, I don't think I can go that way. So I'm gonna go this way.
Commander, it's Nihlus.
I know, poor Nihlus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihlus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
Where'd Saren go after he killed Nihlus?
He jumped on the cargo train and headed over to the other platform. Probably going after the beacon. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks for the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Just give me the grenades.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
A lot of Marines died here, Powell. Those grenades could have come in handy. If I were you, I'd think of some way to make it up to them.
Yeah, okay. There is something else I was saving. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
I'm sorry, Nihilus. We'll come back for you. Oh, there's enemies over here. Huh. Huge. Haha, surprise, motherfucker. Just because of that, I'm gonna fucking teabag you. Yeah. Alright, let's get this tram moving.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
What the fuck is the beacon doing? Oh, they're trying to blow up the whole colony. Guessing those are like portable nuclear charges they have. Yeah.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
It's up there. This way. Make sure and check that there's nothing. Over here that I can use. I know there's one there, but I know that there's a demolition charge. check all. I'm just checking all the corners. I know there's a time limit I have, but it gives me enough time, honestly. Wait, there's still a charge? Oh, shit. I thought I searched over here. There wasn't one, but I guess I didn't go far enough. Alright, all charges disarmed. I think that's all the enemies, so I'm gonna put my weapon away. Jesus. They just were like, fuck these guys, and just blew it all up. Alright, I'm gonna investigate the Prothean beacon.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is
Request
amazing.
immediate
Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
What
No,
the fuck
don't
is
touch
happening?
It's
Oh my god, all that work and it got blown up. Are we good?
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
He mad. He big mad.
This human must be eliminated.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
How did I end up here? How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
It was not a dream. It was more like a vision.
I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction. Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Oh, that's right,
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I
didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Of course he does.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Should I tell him? Yeah, I'm gonna tell him.
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
A
I
warning.
saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
Well, yeah, what will we say?
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy.
Yeah.
He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We exposed
We
the
prove
bastard.
Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Alrighty. So, I'll play a little bit more. Play a little bit more. Anything else in here I can do? Nope, doesn't look like it.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Hey, what up, Blue?
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. Doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
You helped.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
No, we were farmers.
My family were homesteaders on Mindwar. I'm the only one left. But I've moved beyond that.
Oh, that's right, the Blitz. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
Yeah.
The captain hopes the ambassador
He's our
can get an
Blue.
audience with the council.
We can tell them
what Saren's
anything.
been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
Alrighty.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe.
Dr.
too
Chocolates
secure.
is with us till the
I
end.
figured the colonies
just
were
saying.
teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
Yes, he does. He's like a father figure to us. He is.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
What's
Severe
wrong with
mental
our boo?
disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Those still hurt. I get migraines all the time.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Alrighty, so I spoke to all three of them. Is there anything back here? Oh, there is.
Go speak to Joko when you're ready.
Oh.
Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything left to do in here. Ooh. Oh, I'm going down. Okay, so we can customize their armor and weapons that they have. That's cool. The Mako. Jeez.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands.
Yes.
Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Anytime you see that there's a license to buy it, because it gives you better gear, better weapons from him or any of the other vendors you run into. You have to have a license to buy certain products, and trust me, they are well worth it. So try and save up money to get those licenses.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay. Yeah, see, like 18,750 coin, like these are a lot. I'm gonna buy this though, and I'm gonna buy the grenade upgrade. And then I'm gonna sell some stuff. Like the strikers, I can sell one of these because I have 2. The edge, I can sell 3 of these. The Avenger, I can sell 1. No, I guess I'll do one of those. Alright, sell all junk as well. Alright, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna equip them with some stuff. She can have the stinger. I always go with the one that does the most damage with weapons because it really does help out a lot. Okay, she can't do any of these. He can't either, so I'm just gonna go keep going. So way to do my stuff, I believe, yeah, you have to go in here. Equipment. I don't have a lot of stuff, but it's fine. Is there anything down here? Oh, there is. And just make sure to examine everything, because it does give you XP to examine a lot.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander. Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
That is a shame. Alright, let's head up here. Nothing else in here.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
There it is.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Citadel's so beautiful.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Ah, dick joke.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if they get attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres.
Yeah, Udina,
the mission
you're an
on
asshole.
Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Yup. Alrighty, you guys. Well, I am going to end it here. I hope you guys did enjoy this stream. Remember, I will be saving this video on my Twitch channel, but also I am going to be posting it on my YouTube channel if you want to go back and rewatch it a few times and, you know, enjoy it a few more. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down.